Vestige. Let's go ahead and get into it. First, this is the qualifier, WCS America Premier League. The top 8 get a spot in the groups. The first 3 of each group have already been decided. You can check out MajorLeagueGaming.com for more info on that. But here we are in Game 3 between these two gentlemen. In the top left-hand location, we have the Red Terran player, Motok. And his opponent in the bottom right is the Blue Zerg player, JimRising, from FXO NA, I believe. And this is going to be a TVZ. This is Game 3. Unfortunately, we did not see Games 1 and 2, so we don't necessarily know how those went or what the mindsets of these guys are. Maybe Game 1 was an epic battle, an hour-long ordeal, barely run by one of them. The other game was like a 6-pull or something.
I know JimRising has got a lot of fans on the TL thread. Yeah? Yeah. A lot of people are cheering for Jim.
Yeah, guys. Tweet at us who you want to see, and we'll try to see what we can do. I'm at Axel Toss. He's at ISAxlab. Of course, if I had complete control over it all, I think I'd only follow root players. No, that's not true.
We'll follow root half the time, Infinity 7 the other half the time. E.g. J-Dong, the Muslim, they're not on our team, so we'll just skip to the important players, right?
No, a bunch of awesome storylines in this tournament, of course. We'll have to see if either of these two gentlemen can make a run. It definitely could happen. Honestly, it's not like there's... Honestly, I thought there might be like half of the player pool would be Korean or something like that, but it's not really not that bad. I mean, I've only seen like 20 to 30 in the bracket, which isn't an overwhelming amount. So I do think that the North Americans can definitely take some games off, take some matches. We almost had that upset in round 1. Mystery taking 1 game over J-Dong, but eventually fell 2-1. We'll keep an eye on him in the lower bracket. But this game is starting to get underway. We have a Reaper opening here from Motok. Not making just 1, though. Adding on a 2nd. So definitely investing a little bit into that. Of course, Reapers can do a bunch of fun stuff like jump up cliffs, kill some workers if microed correctly and optimally. And, of course, they're very, very, very quick. So as a Zerg player, it's kind of hard to deal with them early unless you have really good control. JimRising, of course, though, probably does. Let's see what happens. Reaper coming into the main base, trying to snag 1 drone. And he doesn't get him. Slowling's going to pop out. There's some micro from that Reaper. He should be able to scurry away. But he's able to spot that pool, able to spot that gas. Fairly standard opening here from the Zerg player. And we've got an expansion here from the Terran going up to factory.
So
and keeping
far,
that Reaper alive.
Yeah, keeping it alive, but so far 0 kills.
Yeah. He's got a 2nd one, though.
Yeah. And he put some damage on a couple units, so you can come in here, try to get some more damage on... Oh, that drone. Oh, nice.
Sneaky.
Quick build on that extractor.
Of course, you could, for those of you who are newer, you can make buildings and then cancel them. Keep the drones alive. It's a nice, nifty little trick there. He's going to cancel on both. And the drones stay alive.
Of course, you want to wait till Reapers leave to cancel the building. Because the drone, when it comes out, it doesn't get ult slide back. It still hurts. So if you build and cancel right for their face, so they'll shoot you and you lost the unit and the canceled build time. So ideally, you build buildings that are cheap as well. So the cancellation, you lose as little money as possible. Extractor is the best possible building, but if you're not close to a extractor place to build, a Spore Crawler or an Evolution Chamber are next cheapest.
Yes.
At 75 minerals apiece.
So Motok here really going to be focusing on that economy. Already 2 additional command centers on the field from his original one, going up to factory, going up to starport. Only 1 gas so far, which of course implies his desire to really prioritize the economy.
I feel like you might see a Helen drop. But that starport it's slightly faster than usual, or you just go straight to Banshee. It's one of those 2. A lot of players lately have been just getting a lot of barracks first, and oh, look at this Marauder production along with Hellions. That is a little unusual. This early in the game, making Marauders is not something that's particularly common. The starport is still not being used, so I'm really curious as to what direction he's actually going with this build.
Keep an eye on it. Got a Marine and Stim. Some Lings taking down a Mule, not too shabby. The Marauder makes it inside the bunker. And these SCVs running for their lives. They should stay alive. And one is very low in health. He can't make himself into a building. He could have run into the bunker if he wanted, I guess.
Yeah, you can build a building and hope the SCV goes to the middle of it where he can't be hit by a unit.
Very true. We got 4 Hellions and 2 Reapers coming to the national expansion here of JimRising. The Lynx coming out, still on creep, trying to get that surround. A decent attempt for the Hellions, still going to be able to get away. 2 Reapers going down, though.
Yeah, I think that was well done by JimRising. Killing 2 Reapers for a few speedings is definitely well worth it. Not to mention you put damage on the Hellions as well. Going double upgrades as he progresses to lair. 3rd base being started.
Units lost is 268 to 225 in favor of the Terran player.
But not by that much.
Yeah, it's
and when you open Reapers, you're delaying your expansion, sacrificing gas. I would say I actually like the Zerg player's position very well here. He's going to be ahead in upgrades. He has map control. Well, actually, there's still the Hellions around. It's unclear who really could dominate the map. If he wanted to, he could easily make enough speedings to deal with those Hellions. And the Terran player still hasn't shown a use for that starport. So he spent a lot of resources early to get a starport. Oh, just okay. Now he's gonna get medevac. So I was really curious about that build because it's so rare to see starport that fast, unless it's like some type of fast drop play. But then he got a Marauder and Stim Pack, and oh, he got a Viking before it too. I actually really like that. I like the Viking. Not enough Terran players get those.
You can go around the corners of the map, look for those overlords, and if you can kill one, it's already going to be worth it. You know, that supply box is pretty important. Ling's trying to sneak on by. There is a Widowmine there, so JimRising has to be careful. And at this point, he should probably be retreating overlords back to where they can't get killed, and that's exactly what he's going to do. Great play there from JimRising. Of course, you know, that's a great thing for the Terran. You're able to get some more, you know, that air control, so you can potentially send in medevac drops that have a less likely chance of getting seen. Get some damage done with drops. Seeing Hellbat drops happen a lot lately in professional play.
Yes. Especially from, you know who's been doing them a lot? Maru.
Oh.
Maru from Team Prime has been really loving a lot of Hellbat drop plays. Really fun to watch him play. Now we're going to see a Widowmine drop.
Widowmine drop.
Yeah. And that can be...
I think he knows, man.
Yeah.
I don't know how, but he knows.
Well, you know, one thing for you guys at home playing, if you're not being attacked from the front, just put some units in the back of your main. Why not, right?
Oh, his Lings are going to the front.
Oh,
he's trying to deal with that.
He's trying to deal with the Hellions.
The medevac going straight to that middle line. The Widowmine's getting burrowed into the ground. Drones need to retreat right now. Oh no, a lot of drones being killed. JimRising just now reacting to that. Just going to load him back up and get out of there.
Drones are trying to get revenge, using their little jaws to nibble at that.
Not
those
too
Widowmines.
devastating there. It wasn't the worst thing in the world. 8 workers killed. But maybe that medevac is gonna come back a little bit later.
You lose 8 drones, build 10.
Yeah.
That's the game of drones, as they say. No 2-2 from the Zerg player, so he might end up giving up his upgrade advantage. Terran could catch up, assuming Terran's going to start 2-2 right when 1-1 finishes. It looks like you just wanted to prioritize getting as many mutalists out as possible right off the bat. And maybe you can do some damage with those. At the very least, he'll definitely kill that Viking that's been so annoying.
So you have to be careful with the mutas, especially if Widowmines are in play. If you lead your mutas astray, you clump them up, and a Widowmine hits them, it's going to be pretty devastating. So I would expect him to try to, some Zerg players will stick an overseer with the mutas just to look out for those Widowmines. But you are able to see them without detection, but you just can't kill them. Like there's a little... I know you know what I'm talking about. I'm trying to figure out a way to describe it properly, but...
the texture on the ground looks a little bit different.
Yes, there you go. Perfect. All right, Widowmine's coming forward. Motok going to be advancing to the 3rd base of his opponent. The mutas sneaking forward. Got to be careful. Widowmine's... Wow, peeling away 1 Ling at a time, and that actually did a lot of damage to the bio.
It did. As a Terran player, you want to keep some bio near the mine so you can kill those Zergies. Oh, nice.
The afterburners.
Yeah, nice little use of that to keep that medevac alive, but he's going to be on a retreat now. No, not too bad. A few more speeds.
He's going to take those out.
Yeah, a great move by Jim. Taking out all these Widowmines with minimal speeding losses. The one thing I'm worried about is he still hasn't started 2-2. Oh, and look at this. This is something I've been waiting for so long.
What?
Why don't Terran players build Hellbats more often? They're so good.
They're pretty good. 3 Hellbats in production.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Widowmines are pretty good too, but like...
Yes. It's
Hellbats are so good.
That's what I would have trouble choosing between. Do I build a Hellbat or do I build a Widowmine?
I almost feel though he needs... As I said, I love he's building Hellbats. I think he could build some of each. Because you can do that, right? Just get 2 factories of reactors. Or like right now, he has multiple factories. I saw 3 Hellbats are in production at one point, I think.
Yep, he has 2 factories.
So he could definitely be building like 1 or 2 Hellbats and 1 or 2 Widowmines constantly. That's a little harassed by mutas. Actually, if he can... No, it's not going to take out any base.
He shouldn't be able to take those out. Yeah, the Marine's going to be coming back here, getting rid of those mutas. Get out of here. leave my upgrades alone. And there we go. +2 weapons just now started from the Zerg. +2 Carapace has yet to begin. Instead, prioritizing the air upgrades, interestingly enough. +2 air has been started for the Zerg player, JimRising. Baneling speed about to finish as well. But, you know, the Terran player able to secure these 3 bases, which is going to be huge for him. But the Zerg player, JimRising, coming to the north side of the map, he's going to try to bust through the national expansion. No Banelings here. He's just going to try to target down these engineering bases. The repair coming down from the SCVs. The Banelings coming forward, trying to get those detonations onto the Marines and the helmets. The Mutas from above, trying to get that damage done. But Motok holding just fine. The Banelings doing a lot of damage, though, to that bio army. More importantly, the engineering base staying alive. And that's a trade I think the Terran player is going to be okay with.
Yeah, definitely. You mentioned eBay, and that's by far the most important thing in that engagement. You can see your units lost. Terran way in the lead there. Look at that, blocking his bunker with depots, so Speedings can't access it as easily. If he wants to kill it with Banelings, he's got to commit to more Banelings, first killing depots, and then later on that bunker. But JimRising, he's doing fine as well. He's got his 4th base. Yes, the battle wasn't super cost efficient, but a Zerg who can saturate 4 bases is a very happy Zerg indeed. But
however, might not be happy for long, considering there is a medevac drop here at this 4th base, taking down the drones mining gas. If drones rallied to mine minerals, those are going to be taken down as well. He might try to scoop up and jet out of that. That's exactly what he's going to do, retreating to the north side of the map. But that's exactly what Motok needs to do. Again, deny those drones, and that's going to force JimRising to add more drones in that production tab. And there we see 8 of them, while he's still ahead in those upgrades. 3-3 now beginning for the Terran.
More drones is always the best option. Actually, adding pathogen glands, going up to that infestor tech as well as going high. JimRising is teching in multiple directions, but will he get a chance to use his tech? Motok is moving across the map with a giant swarm of bio and Hellbats.
Preemptive splitting there from the Marines and the Hellbats. JimRising trying to figure out a way to engage this, making some Banelings, 8 of them in production, but is that enough? The Mutas choosing to engage a small amount of Marines at a time. The 4th base goes down.
4th base goes down. JimRising takes a piece of the army out.
Can he get out of there,
He's looking to engage.
JimRising saying, you cannot leave. Coming forward with the Lings and the Banelings, trying to explode into those Marines. Motok still has that supply advantage, and look at this. He's going to re-engage.
How many kills did those guys get? Those 2 in the middle.
I'm clicking. 10.
10?
5.
5, okay. Because I saw a lot of Speedings run in there 3. And just get destroyed.
Wow.
No, this is a competition that Speedings are almost worthless against. You know what's cool is that Hellbats aren't even that bad against Banelings. They're actually just good against pretty much everything Zerg can have. But now more Banelings coming in here. JimRising's got to find a way to answer this army. There's too many Marines.
He's trying. He's sending in the Lings, sending in the Banelings. I think the upgrades have equalized. He's going to have to throw away some Mutas here to get rid of this. But the Marines are so strong, taking down the Mutas one by one. And JimRising trying to come up with an answer. Again, he does not want to be knocked down lower bracket, but there is the GG. And Motok taking game number 3. He's taking the series. He takes it 2-1. He'll be advancing on in the winner's bracket. JimRising will be falling to the lower bracket.
Yeah, really well played game there by Motok. JimRising was trying to do a lot of different techs at once there. You know, he's doing a +2 flyer, pathogen glands, hive tech, and just couldn't get enough Banelings to deal with that mass Marine Hellbat army.
Yeah, it was just, you know, I feel like a lot of the moves that Motok did throughout the game, first of all, the fast 3 command centers, I love seeing stuff like that, really prioritizing that economy in the early part of the game. Getting, you know, starting the early double engineering base as well, really prioritizing those upgrades, and then sending the Viking across the map, taking down Overlords, and then realizing, okay, that gave me some space to potentially do some drops in those areas where the Overlords aren't there anymore. That's exactly what he did. We saw the Widow Mine drop in his opponent's main base.
That did a lot of damage.
That got a good amount of drone kills, and of course we had a Marine drop a little bit later, essentially deny that 4th base, all while staying safe from the counterattacks from the Lings and the Mutas having great building structure. So guys, look out for Motok. Maybe he'll be one of those guys to get a top 8 spot in this tournament, but he has a long way to go.
He does. Of course, that was a winner's round 2 match. Still got many rounds to go. Hopefully, I think we're going to get into a Sasquatch game very soon. They're doing the vetoes now.
Nice.
So let's do a quick commercial break, then be right on to the Sasquatch game.